All right, folks. This is a Jeep Grand Cherokee 2018, doing front brakes, pads, and rotors. These are the rotors we're going to use. 72162 from AutoZone and the Duralast Go DG1904. Now, this is the tough part. You ready for this, guys? The brakes uses special tools, different sizes. The caliper uses a 11 millimeter hex. Okay, 11 millimeter hex is what you need to take the caliper off. Take the covers off the back, little caps, dust covers, and use an 11 millimeter hex. Okay, 11 millimeter hex you can buy from AutoZone. It comes in a kit like this. It's about 30 bucks. Or if you go to a specialty tool store, you can just buy the single one, and it's about $8, $9. Okay. By the set, you have the other ones, but I don't know. Leave it to Jeep to use these odd sizes. And you want to hear what's next? The caliper bracket bolts back here. Okay, it's a external Torx. Guess what size that is? It is an E20. Most external Torx stuff you buy in the stores, they only stop at 18. Okay, it has these sizes and it stops at 18. Nothing above that. So now you have to go to a specialty store and get an E20. I don't think they sold it separately. I can't find it anywhere. I'm sure you can go to Snap-on and just get an E20 if you want to. But I went to Lowe's, which sells Craftsman. Craftsman does not have an 11. They stop at 10. And then Craftsman does not even have this listed in the Lowe's over there. So, off to a specialty store and got the E20. All right, so let's go back to the brakes here, people. We pulled the caliper off with the M11s. I hung it up out of the way. Then we're down over here. We're going to pull the pads off. Okay, that pad comes off with the caliper because it's clipped on. These are the outside pads. Then you take your E20 and you take these off. Listen, I've seen people use 12 point. They use American ones. They just smash the crap out of it. But then once you ruin these things here, you make it bad for the next guy to take it off. And who knows, that next guy could be you. All right, so go get the right tools. Fits in perfectly, and it comes off very nicely, and you can get a nice torque on it when you go to put this back. All right, and can you use a vice grip on it? Can you mangle the crap out of it? You could do anything. Listen, there's a lot of butchers out there. Okay, there's a lot of things you could do. Just do it right. Go get the right one, and that's it. Let me hold this bracket up before it falls on my foot. All right, so the E20. I don't know, Jeep. You use all different sizes, man. Use the other one for the oil cooler. Now you use this one. All right, take this down. We're gonna clean this all up. Get all the rust out of there. Little brake cleaner, and then comes the rotor. The rotor right around here has an O-ring, just like the rears. Take that O-ring off. Okay. Sometimes it's full of crud. You don't see it, and you'll be trying to get this rotor off for days. And it's just an O-ring that holds it in a little bit. Okay. Put that off to the side there. I'm gonna put it over here. Give the little rotor a little whack, and then the thing should come right out. You know what? I'm gonna do this with my right hand. There you go. All right, rotor is off. Now to get the new rotor, we're gonna brake clean this, get it all nice and clean. I'm gonna wire brush that bracket, and we're gonna slap her back together. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. All right. Right, there you go. Cleaned up the rotor, cleaned up the bracket nice with the brake cleaner and a wire brush. Okay, put the rotor on there with the one nut to hold it so I can put the O-ring on. Right, this is that O-ring I told you about. Okay, Just make sure you just roll it right in. It falls into a groove. All right, so make sure it goes into the groove, and that will be good. Now off to the brake caliper. The brake caliper, okay, you get your little specialty tool, whatever you guys use to push the dual pistons in. Okay, now this is with my left hand here. It should go in pretty easy. Okay, if you get any resistance, then you know there's something wrong with it. Okay, just make sure you squeeze it all the way in. I can't do it with my left hand. Darn it. All right, let's do that. All right, so now the caliper's all the way in. I can't do it with my left hand. It was impossible. Matter of fact, I used the C-clamp. I put the old brake pad in here. I used the C-clamp. Always good to have a nice C-clamp, because you never know when you're going to use it. Went in nice and easy, a lot better. Now we're going to go put our brake pad on. Okay. Let's see what I do with that brake pad. Alright, so I took my lube, put the grease on the two pistons, and on the other side where it mates, I'm going to put this in here. It'll be a tight squeeze because it's new. So I'm going to use a clean rag here, cover up the pad so I don't get any dirt on the pad. That way I can pop it back in. Alright, so the outer one is in already. This is already tightened to specs. I'm going to go and push the screws in here. I'm going to twist this down. Make sure that the hoses are not twisted. I'm going to slap this right in here, like that. Okay, that's the way it's going to sit. Oh, by the way, I took the this piece off the ABS so that when I'm flipping the caliper, it doesn't kind of like pull on that wire. Hate to mess with the electrical wires, especially with ABS. All right. Now I'm going to look for my M11. Don't know why they're using all these weird sizes, but it is what it is. All right. Go in there, just grab the threads in there. I'm going to tighten them up. And then torque it to specs. And then we'll be done there. Alright, so once we got that on there, torque it to specs, what I'm going to do now is going to put back the little dust covers. You have them stored somewhere. Hopefully the wind didn't blow it away. Okay, they go over those covers to keep the Allen bolts free of dust. What's left, guys, is the new spring. These new pads came with some new springs. So you know what happens when it's new springs? That's right. They're going to be much harder to install. Much harder. So basically, just going to squeeze it in. The ones in the middle here are going to go into the hole. And the ones over here are going to be on the outside of the bracket. So let's try to do this without killing ourselves or pinching our fingers. There you go, not too bad. Tap it in for safekeeping, okay? And we are good. Look what we got. Brakes are on. ABS wire is reconnected. Like I said, the only pain in the butt here was the M11 and the E20 tools that you need to do this job. Alright, so collect those tools before you even start the job, because believe me, running around to all tool stores trying to find that size, it's not fun. Alright, collect all your stuff before you're ready to do it. Thanks, people. Ciao for now.